My name's Alexi. I am a stay-at-home dad and an aspiring artist. But ever since I was blessed with my daughter Gabby, I had to put the artistry on the back burners. So I am an aspiring artist second and a stay-at-home dad first.
A lot of things in my life need changing. A lot of things in my life need doing. A lot of things in my life need changing. I'm gonna change them now.
Well, life's really changed because I'm responsible for another person. You know, if I don't take care of my responsibilities, then that person won't eat. That person won't be clothed. I'm responsible for teaching her. I do a lot. I do all the cooking in the day because her mum's at work. So it's changed me. Being responsible for another life. It's changed me. Definitely changed me.
I miss those days. I miss those days. I miss those days. Those days.
When I was working, I felt like I was up. I'd reached the up point. I felt like none of my family members felt like I could be a father. I didn't get the support that I wanted. So when I got hired at the hospital as a patient care tech, to me, I'd reached a point that, no one expected. I moved out, I had my own apartment, I was paying all my bills. So when I lost my job, it left me at all-time low. And on top of me being just at the lowest point, I had to stay at home and, be a stay-at-home dad. It might seem dramatic to some people, but it was difficult for me. It was difficult for me. Because I guess I am a bit chauvinistic, so it was difficult for me to be home, cleaning, cooking, taking care of the baby. So as a man's man, it was hard for me to accept that, and it still is hard for me to accept that. But, anything for Gabby. I get up in the morning, drop Gabby's mum to work, come home, breakfast. After we've done a couple hours of work, we'll have lunch, and then more often than not, I'll put something together for everyone to have for dinner. And that's the majority of the week. So, being a stay-at-home dad and not the main breadwinner anymore, that's a big change, Even the diet sometimes is trying because, you want to go to the store and pick up a pizza, but you want to be conscious of the fact that you're helping someone grow. So you want to make sure that, you use as less fat as you can, no fructose corn syrup in the juice, you want 100% juice. And that can be challenging as well as expensive. And that leads back again to not being the breadwinner because who's buying the groceries. So it's trying, it's challenging, but I think everyone has to play a position, and I think this position was important for me to grow.
I gave you a seed, you changed to a baby. Yo, that December day changed me.
Gabby stays home with me during the week, 3 days out of the week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I teach her. So we do reading and writing, we do your literature, and we do maths. And on Thursday and Friday, she goes to school to socialize with the other children. I drop her off and I pick her up. Teaching Gabby's a pleasure. She taught herself how to sing in French. She taught herself how to say supermarket, and she taught herself how to read off of a French shopping list. When she was a year old, I couldn't wait to give her the Baby Can Read, so I gave it to her right from the beginning. And there was a small DVD in there that taught young children how to learn French. And one day she just decided, she was about 3 years old, and she just picked up the DVD, put it in the DVD player, and she started teaching herself French. And she's only 4. So, that's just a small story on how brilliant she is. And she's a gift. She really is a gift.
I want a better world, better days, a better place for my kids to play.
It would be easy to say I don't want to be in this relationship because I feel like I can't control it, but it's bigger than that, I've made a union with someone, and I've made a promise to a smaller someone that I'll take care of them. When I was growing up, my dad wasn't really in the picture. You could always call on him financially, but as far as like, advice and things of that nature, my dad really wasn't in the picture. So when we found out that we was having a baby, I decided to do everything in my power to stop the cycle. And that's what I'm doing. I think staying home and being a stay-at-home dad instead of whimpering and being childish about it is a testament to how much I'm determined not to be that person.
Future is the children.
I think it's pretty obvious that Gabby's made me into a better person because I want her to be the best person that she can be. So in order for her to do that, I need to provide a good example, which makes me have to live at a certain standard. I don't want her to make excuses about, being overweight. So I have to get in shape. I don't want her to be an underread person. So I have to make sure that she sees me reading. I don't want her to give up. So I want her to make sure that she always sees me trying. So I have to live as an example, which is challenging because the easiest thing to do is just throw your hands up and give up. But then that's what I be teaching her, and I can't do that. Gabby's really the driving force in this whole situation. She's made all of us change. She's changed her mum from being a stay-at-home mum to being a breadwinner. She's got a nursing degree. And I think the irony of it all is being a stay-at-home dad has made me a better man, As well as me raising Gabby, she kind of raised me.
The future is the children.